Sarla,
Yes, ma'am.
please come sit down.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning,
Come sit
sir.
down, sit down.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're wearing a very nice sari. What is it?
Ma'am, it's a kind of a synthetic sari.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right. Where is it from? Your home state? What is your home? Is Bikaner?
Yes, ma'am.
And how are you in Hoda?
Ma'am, in 2008, my father shifted for work in Bengal. That's why I shifted in
Okay, so
Bengal.
you have both, huh?
Yes,
on your
ma'am.
DAF.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, who has the GI for Rasgulla?
So, ma'am, West Bengal.
No, both Orissa and West Bengal have
Yes, ma'am.
different varieties.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, while we are on that side, Orissa, you have heard about this KIIT student suicide? Read
Yes,
about it,
ma'am.
huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So now visualize that you are the district magistrate there, and the given is that a foreign student commits suicide, and the party on the other side is influential and local. So the foreign students, they all protest, and they're roughed up and beaten up, and now you're the DM. What are you going to do to this for this situation?
Yes, ma'am.
And it so happens now that the Prime Minister of that country has had to lend his weight to this, because obviously something is happening.
Yes,
What will you do?
Ma'am, the first actions of as a DM is collect all the information and the evidence of the incident that happened in the KIITs, taking various
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You have 5 sentences to complete your answer.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
choose your sentences.
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, ma'am,
You've done it first, now second.
Yes, ma'am. Secondly, ma'am, maintain the law and order in the particular college and the nearby area
How will
that
you do
students are protesting.
How will you
with
do
the
it?
helping, ma'am, with the help of the police and the local NGOs and the local administration of the universities.
Local NGOs will help law and order. Okay, what else?
Thirdly, ma'am, maintaining a cooperation and the coordination with the foreign government, that is of the Nepal government, to tackle the issues. And
But tell me the core of the matter. What will you do in this matter? The girls committed suicide, and obviously there's somebody who is to blame. The girl's family is saying murder. The police have finally, with your intervention, registered an FIR for suicide, abetment to suicide.
ma'am,
What will you do
firstly,
further?
we file an FIR to check
It's
the
already done.
evidences.
It's already filed. Then after that,
Ma'am, it is up to the judiciary or the particular court that is going to decide.
all right. So Russia and US are meeting in Saudi. Huh? Do you think it is a very diplomatically done thing that they're doing it there and excluding Ukraine from it? Because obviously they are meeting on Ukraine.
Ma'am, the prime intention and the motto of this to maintain the peace in the Middle East. That's why the US
No,
has
it's not
taken.
Middle East, it's Ukraine.
Yes, ma'am, that is Ukraine.
Ukraine not in the Middle East.
Sorry,
Middle East is
ma'am.
Gaza.
Pardon, ma'am. Thank you for reminding.
So just
ma'am.
tell me in 2-3 sentences. I asked you, is it a done thing? There are two parties, Russia and Ukraine, but the meeting is all about only one party.
Ma'am, firstly, to maintain the relation with the US and Russia is to maintain the peace, but not including
But there's
the
no
Ukraine.
fight between US and Russia. It's Russia and Ukraine. No?
Yes, ma'am. But the final peace negotiation has not yet signed between the Ukraine and Russia, so it is just a talk to bring the peace.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Which women's scheme do you consider the most important and why? One scheme and why?
Ma'am, Mission Shakti.
Go on. There's a why also to it.
Yes, ma'am. Because ma'am, it considered various sectors of the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao schemes also. Ujjwala
On
schemes.
Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, there was the CAG report which said that more money was spent in promoting the scheme than in actual work on the scheme. It was put before, I think, one of the committees of the parliament also. It was tabled. So in light of that, do you think that's such a great scheme? This is what the CAG has said.
Ma'am, as per the scheme, it is very
This is
successful.
a substantive scheme. What is the substantive thing in the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao?
Ma'am, the main motto and the main substantive scheme is to promote the women education and the women empowerment, basically.
In what manner?
In what manner, ma'am? Providing the financial incentives and
What financial incentives?
ma'am, in the educations, specifically under that right to free education.
Is it under
classes.
Beti Padhao, or is it Beti Padhao is a scheme for advocacy for telling about the scheme under which scheme the incentive is? Which one is it?
Ma'am, in the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme.
Do you understand my question?
Yes, ma'am. That is how.
So does it directly incentivize, or does it promote schemes to incentivize, or to promote education?
Ma'am, it promotes schemes to incentivize the. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're a zoology student, even though you've taken history. So, the Rajasthan river linking project, that's your home state. So I linked both Bengal and Rajasthan. Should it be gone through, considering that Ranthambore is, the tigers are going to be destroyed? Can't we find some other way?
Ma'am, the exact cause was not aware. I'm not aware about
Thank
it.
you very much. Please.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are Sarla Jhaker. So
Yes, sir.
what are Jhakers?
So basically, Jhakhar is in a clan, or the basically arrived from the one of the king, the name Jakhu Bhai, and
Are they Jats or Rajputs?
so they are considered as a Jats
Jats.
in the both in Pakistan as well as in the India. So
They are in Pakistan also.
yes, sir.
So can you name few important Jhakers in India?
Yes, sir. So the very famous religious leader or religious scholar that is related to Jhakhar is Bigaji, and second is, sir, in the politics we have seen the Balram Jhakhar. He was in a Lok Sabha speaker for more than 10 years, and the third person, sir, is the Sunil Jhakhar from the Punjab that I can recall now.
You are a student of history. They say there 3 wars were fought in Panipat? On 1, 2 and 3. Third one, what was the result of the third one? I want to ask you, the victor, did he actually win? The vanquished, did he actually lost? And who gained?
So the final outcome of the third Panipat battle was the loss of the Marathas, because okay.
What happened to the victor who actually, they say he won the war?
So basically they conquered the Delhi, or the North Indian capitals in that particular war.
No, this Abdali, they came from, and they fought this. Did they actually win? What did they gain on that?
So the most
Who
important...
was the actual winner in this war?
Yes, sir. So as per my limited knowledge, the Abdalis was the winner, and they got the economic benefit rather than the politic benefit. So.
Okay. So tell me about this. You are working with an NGO called SMILE. What are the functions of this NGO?
So the very first function is the spreading the education in the very rural background. Secondly, sir, promoting the health schemes and the program that are implementing in the state as well as in the government. Thirdly,
Do
sir,
you get funding from outside India?
so the most of the fundings are the voluntary natures from the people from the India, and some state government also provides.
Recently, government has clamped down on this funding from abroad, and very recently, President Trump, he has also stopped funding of these NGOs through various government agencies like USAID and all that. So what do you think will be the impact of that on NGOs?
So the various issues related to the foreign funding to the NGOs are related to that these fundings are not used properly. They are used in some of the illegal activities also. And in the second part, sir, the USAID was banned by the USAID, that is foreign funding was stopped by the basically US government, was the claim that this funding was used for the illegal activities in the wars and other drug trafficking. So that was the main reason for the banning this.
Now, President Trump says there are only 2 genders, one is male and other female.
Yes, sir.
So do you agree with him?
So in my limited knowledge, as a biology student, there are the different definitions of the gender on the basis of the physical activities and the biological and plus our emotional well-being. So there is a different definition of gender. So.
But why did he say that? It is from time immemorial, right from the civilization stage, there are 2 genders were recognized. So why he had to emphasize by an executive order there are 2 genders only? What happened in US that he forced him to say that?
So I was not aware about the particular knowledge, but it is mostly related to the LGBTQ movement that is happened in the US. Because of that,
What did they do? What was their role which prompted him to clamp down on this?
Sorry, sir. I have to read about this matter in the details, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Okay.
Very good morning to you, Sarla.
Good morning, sir.
Recently, the L&T chairman, he recommended a 90-hour week, right? He
Yes.
said workers are not delivering, and he said 90 hours. And Infosys chief had said earlier 70 hours. So what are your thoughts on this? Is it a good thing that we should put in more hours?
Sir, the main motto of bringing 90 hours is to increase the productivity and the efficiency of the workers. And secondly, sir, by implementing in the ground level, it required cooperation from the various sectors, both from the workers as well as from the employees, and so the kind of work it is required, sir. Because in the India, the public service is considered as a 24/7 work. So it is not the debate of 90-hour work, but it is a debate of the productivities or efficiency from the particular section, sir.
So you agree with 90 hours? What is the essence of your answer?
Yes, sir. To some extent, I agree, sir.
You agree?
Yes, sir.
But for an IAS officer, it's not applicable.
So it is for IAS officer, it is a 24/7 work.
Right. So the health doesn't matter.
So health also matter, but if country needs us, we have to work, so.
Right. Okay. Recently, on 13th February, was World Radio Day. So what is the relevance of radio today? We have internet, we have other means of communication. Is radio still relevant? Why not close down radio services by the government?
So radio service is still relevant in the present time, specifically in the rural areas and the border areas. As we have seen that specifically in the village, still people depend on the radios for the cricket matches and the AIR news. So yes, its relevance is important. And secondly, sir, it is also important for the emergency broadcast messages, whatever happen in the countries. So yes, sir, there is a relevance of the radio services.
From what you are saying, radio is becoming less relevant. But suppose I say radio has reinvented itself and is more relevant today.
So in the present technological world, it has changed its nature, because radio is not limited itself to a particular the news from the radio, but it's also from the social medias also. So this is the kind of knowledge that I have.
Any leader who uses radio extensively in India?
So in my limited knowledge, I can recall Honorable Prime Minister Indira Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi?
Yes, sir, he used radio for the announcing.
Now, presently?
Okay, sir, presently, sir.
Man ki baat.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Pan ki baat, chai pe charcha, and pariksha pe charcha is also.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. What do you know about Indo-Pacific? Is every country talks about its Indo-Pacific policy, but there are certain common words which are used with Indo-Pacific, right? Can you tell me those words or terms?
So first is the free and open navigable Indo-Pacific region.
Right.
Where
Free,
we
open,
talk about.
free, open, right?
Yes, sir.
Any other words?
So India specific, I can recall only this, sir.
Rules based?
Yes, sir. Rule based order, maritime security also is included. So, but I have to read this, sir.
Inclusive, yeah?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Another word. Okay, sort of linked to Indo-Pacific is a Malabar exercise, right? Do you know what this Malabar exercise is? Naval exercise?
Yes, sir. It is a type of naval exercises which participated from the Japan, Australia, US, and currently, sir, India also.
Currently India. I thought India was always there.
Yes, sir. India was also a part of Malabar exercises.
Australia went out of and came back, right? So, right. Okay. So navies are becoming important in the context of Indo-Pacific, right? So who is regarded as, one historical figure regarded as the father of navy in India?
Maharaja Shivaji, sir, is also considered as a father of navy, and from the Vijayanagara Empire, sir, Krishna Deva Raya is also working on the shipping building industry, sir.
Right.
But exactly, sir, I have to read.
So what is, why am I asking you this question today then, about father of Indian Navy? What is today?
So I'm not aware about it.
Shivaji Jayanti?
The Maharaja Shivaji.
Yes?
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Please. Yeah. Good morning, Sarla.
Good morning, ma'am.
You have done your bachelor's from Ram Mohan College, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you tell me the role of Raja Ram Mohan Roy in India's freedom movement, national movement, his contribution?
Yes, ma'am. The very first contribution is, ma'am, the preventing of sati. Second contribution is the, ma'am, promoting women education. Thirdly, ma'am, he was also considered as a father of modern world. That is, he bring the Renaissance in the Bengal. And fourthly, ma'am, there are he was also directly or indirectly support this freedom movement.
Okay. You come from Havra, right? Bengal. So can you just tell me, when was Havra station formed?
Sorry, ma'am, I was not aware about the particular year.
Okay. Cannot recall.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In your DAF, you have mentioned about you have worked in education awareness in rural areas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, since we are aware of the fact that we have, high enrollment ratios, right? The report says so. But despite the high enrollment ratios, there are still learning gaps, right? Especially in rural India. So, since you have had a program on this, how can you work on this? The learning gaps.
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, ma'am, proper implementation of the teacher-student ratio, that is currently 1:35, which is not followed basically in the rural area. Mostly schools we have seen that there are 100 students, but there is only 1 or 2 teachers availability. Secondly, ma'am, the proper use of the technology in the rural area, specifically related to the education, science educations. Thirdly, ma'am, extracurricular activities are not as much promoted in the rural areas. That should be promoted, ma'am.
Okay. You even have a project on human trafficking,
Yes,
right? So can you tell me currently the state which is leading in terms of human trafficking, the highest numbers? Which state of the country?
Yes, ma'am. As per the NCRB data, the West Bengal has the highest number, around 40,000 women and around 10,000 children are the missing. So West Bengal is considered the human trafficking state, ma'am.
So can you tell me some government policies or programs? How can we curtail this or work on these areas?
Yes, ma'am. The very first is, ma'am, anti-human trafficking cell in the every district that is working. Secondly, ma'am, the close cooperation and the collaborations between the police and the border guarding forces. Thirdly, ma'am, there is an Ujjwala scheme also that is working for the trafficking, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
For women trafficking particularly, anything?
Ma'am, for women trafficking, there is a scheme of the state government for rehabilitating and reintegrating them to the society. But I'm not recalling the name of that particular scheme.
Okay, my last question, since you mentioned Havra Maidan specifically, so it has the first underground water metro in Asia, right? Can you tell me the depth?
I was not aware about it, ma'am. I have to read this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.